Dying Light finally released after 7 years of me waiting for the game, and I'm so thrilled. I'm excited. You have no clue. Whew, I feel great playing this game. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 3 different things in comparison with the game. Ray tracing versus non-ray tracing, and the image quality, how it looks, the difference in picture, in feel, and also the frames per second. Now the frames, I'm gonna record them with my phone out here just so you get an idea of the frames that I'm getting. And the reason why is that, well, when I use OBS, when I turn it on, I automatically drop 10 frames. So if I'm getting 120 frames per second, it drops down to 110, and as soon as I hit record on OBS, it drops down another 10. Trust me, it's crazy. So I'm down to 100, and that shows not true readings, not true scores. So what am I going to be doing? I'm going to record the frames per second out here without impacting the performance. So with that said, let's get right into it. Okay, so these are my ray tracing settings. If you want to pause the video and copy them, compare them with your results, and comment down below your scores. Once again, my processor is the Ryzen 7 5800X, 8-core, 16-thread. My RAM, I'm using 32 gigs of RAM at 3400 megahertz. And my graphics card, it's the EVGA RTX 3080 Ti for the Win 3 Ultra. I am using air cooler, so my temperatures are a little high, and you know what happens with that. Here you can see some of my custom settings. Some things are disabled, some things I don't need, and some things impact your performance without having so much to show on the screen, so it's pointless to me. Right now we're going to be taking a look at the image quality, and at the very end we're going to be taking a look at the frames per second. But as you can see right off the bat, if you take a look at the top corner, you can see that I'm getting more frames with no ray tracing and custom settings. Like I said, some things are disabled, and well, the image quality speaks for itself. So with that said and done, let's go ahead and put non-ray tracing and ray tracing side by side, and after that we're going to be taking a look at the frames per second. Let's go. Taking a look at RTX versus non-RTX, I have so many thoughts. To begin with, I am not experienced with RTX. I admit that right now. So these are my first impressions. This is my first ever video doing a comparison RTX versus non-RTX, and this is actually my first time ever playing with RTX. And for first impressions, what do I think of it? Well, you can see right here with RTX off, the game looks and feels more vibrant. Like there's a lot more color to it, but it's like if it was oversaturated, and with RTX on, the colors are more balanced. It's overall a better look. I do have to admit that. I have to say it. I don't know how to word it. I haven't been making videos in a really good minute. So me making this video is taking me over a week of collecting clips. I want to have my solid thoughts, my feel, and my opinion. And I do have to say, is RTX worth it? I mean, looking at the video right here, the fire, the top of the buildings, the overall experience. Right now, we're not talking frames, because I'll get to that in a minute. But my first time using RTX, I love it. I love it. And I'm thankful to life. I'm thankful to God that I'm able to, test RTX. And I know I'm talking like it's the greatest thing of all time. It is, but at the same time, it's not. Like, it's beautiful, but RTX is still, it's still in the works. It's still being polished. Like, it's not there yet, okay? Not everyone can enjoy RTX. And one thing that helps it's the DLSS, the upscale. I play both balance. I want to have it balanced. I mean, the word speaks for itself, balance. Quality versus performance. That's what pretty much what it comes down to. Performance is gonna look more degraded, more ugly, more washed out. Quality is gonna look beautiful, but then you're gonna lose performance. So I like to have it balanced in the middle. And I have to say, do I like RTX? Yes, absolutely. And if you learn how to manage your shadows, because I've been messing around with the shadows settings in this game with RTX and non-RTX, I'll make a separate video about that. Let me know if you want me to. But right now, we're taking a look at the frames. You can see that with RTX disabled, it's on the right, and our RTX on, it's on the left side of this specific part of the video. You can see that I get about 50% increase in frames. And that's seriously something to consider. Let's say you have a 240 hertz monitor. Don't you want your frames to go as high as 240 if possible? The settings that I use here, the settings that I use in this video, if you have best settings, go ahead and comment down below and let me know. But these are the best settings that I was able to copulate or gather from a whole bunch of videos that I've been watching of different YouTubers, showing us their settings and how to get more frames and whatnot. These are the best ones that work for me. My monitor is a 1440p, 144 hertz. 4K is still not there yet, so I will not jump into 4K unless I'm able to get over 144 frames per second. So that will probably be on the 4080, the 4090, or the 50, whatever. Maybe another 2 more releases of graphics cards. I'll switch to 4K. But right now, 1440p, it's the sweet spot. I love it. It looks amazing. Absolutely, you will see the difference if you play on the 1080p versus 1440p. But then you also need that graphical power. Alright guys, well, this is it. This was Sergio with TechOverclock. These were my thoughts for a first time user of RTX. Is it worth it? Absolutely, no questions asked. I think RTX looks beautiful, and mostly on this game. I did not try RTX on the other games like Far Cry 6, Battlefield, the games that have RTX options, because to me it's kind of pathetic to be looking at reflections in cars, looking at the water, see if I can see the color through the water reflection. I think that's honestly stupid, but I do get the concept of ray tracing. Are we there with ray tracing? No, we're still not there. We still have a far way to go with RTX before it's the new norm. See, right now they're trying to introduce it. This is my first time, my first impressions with RTX ever. I like it, but we are not there yet. They're having to use DLSS to upscale, render the game at a smaller resolution for the graphics card to be able to push the game and then upscale it. I think that's ridiculous if you ask me. It's a great technology, don't get me wrong, but why can't they just make the game look like that? Why do we have to have RTX option? Why do you give me the option, okay, looks like crap, looks beautiful? Why can't they just release the game looking like that? And then downscale if we want. That's something that I will not understand, but maybe one of you guys can explain to me. Please share your scores down below. Please, I would appreciate that very much. This was Sergio with TechOverclock, guys. This video took forever to make, honestly. Over a week of collecting clips, watching different videos, running different settings, restarting the game, changing to DirectX 12 ray tracing, doing every single setting possible. It took a lot. So when you see those YouTube videos out there on the internet, appreciate them because it's a lot of work to make these videos. My wife is like, why you spend so much time in there? Because I'm newly married, and man, I tell you, she's like, why does it take you too long to make these videos? Like, what are you doing? They look so simple on the internet. I just looked at her and I'm like, man, it's hard to understand. You don't understand until you do it. Alright guys, this was your host Sergio with We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.